Hello again and welcome to another Warhammer 40k Imperial Guard list review video. Today's list has been sent in by Benjamin Berkeley. His YouTube name is Bins. Can't really pronounce it. It's a load of letters as far as I'm aware. It might be Swordfish Thumbs. SWRDFSHTRMBNS. I'm going for Swordfish Thumbs. So, Swordfish Thumbs is a Patreon supporter, and so rather than doing what I've been doing recently, which is just sending people back an email, I thought he's a Patreon supporter. He should get a little bit more, a little bit more for showing support. So I'm doing a video list review instead. So, the army list is the Talon 381st Armoured Regiment. It is 2,000 points. It is a battalion detachment plus a spearhead detachment. And so let's dive straight on into the list. I know a lot of you will be quite interested in Talon detachments. So, this is a good example. I have already given Swordfish Thumbs some feedback via email, but I thought this is a good enough list that I will do a video review of it already, as well, I should say. So, the battalion detachment, it has an HQ tank commander and another HQ tank commander. Both tank commanders have executioner cannons, las cannon, and 2x plasma cannon. Well, can you say anti-tank? That is a lot of anti-tank, a lot of, I'm assuming, overcharged. Strength 8, AP -3, damage 2 shots. That's 2d6 plus 2d3 of those. Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. Because I'm assuming that you'll be using the whichever order the tank commanders get, which gives them rerolling 1s to hit. It's kind of like take aim, but it's called something else. Gunners. Gunners target. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I always just say it's the reroll 1s to hit order. So it's that one. Anyway, so do I like those? Yes, I do like those. Plasma is hot at the moment. Pardon the pun. It's very, very good. And that is, an absolutely two very, very powerful tanks. Now, moving on to the troop section, we have 3 identical infantry squads. So you've got infantry squad with plasma gun, plasma pistol, and a power sword. They are in a Chimera with 2x heavy flamer. Okay, so Swordfish Thumbs, you already know the feedback I've given you on this, which is, why are you taking 2 heavy flamers? You are Talon. And because you are Talon, it means you can move and shoot with no -1 to hit for using heavy weapons. So that means you should take advantage of that, because your flamers are very, very short ranged. So I like the infantry squad loadout because plasma's really, really good, but I don't really like the Chimera loadout. And speaking of chimeras, do you really need them? Might sound like a very strange question. Do I need chimeras? I'm not saying don't take transports. What I am saying is, why don't you take Tauroxes instead? Because they're cheaper. And you're not taking any infantry characters in this list. So you're not taking any infantry characters, which means you don't need the extra 2 slots in the Chimera to take characters along with you. So you might as well take the Taurox, because it's still going to be hitting on 4s. And it's not quite as tough, but there you go. Tauroxes would be a good idea, and you'd be saving a lot of points. You'd be saving 39 points per transport. That's a huge amount. You can buy a lot with that. You've then gone for a fast attack where you've gone for a Hellhound with the Inferno Cannon Heavy Flamer. Now, again, my sort of double Heavy Flamer Chimera stands here, which is why you're taking a Hellhound as Talon. It doesn't really make sense. But Hellhounds are awesome. So I'm really trying to figure out how to get a Hellhound or 2 into my Steel Legion list, because I feel like it would help. So Hellhounds are awesome. The only thing is, in Talon, they're a little bit wasted. They're not they're not getting advantage of the doctrine, but it's what else are you going to take? You're going to take the Bane Wolf or the Devil Dog? No, no, of course not. There's no point. So that's fine. I mean, the Hellhound's not optimum, but it's still good. You can't go wrong. It's 100 points. It's nice. So that is the battalion. 2 tank commanders, 3 infantry squads, and a Hellhound. I've already told you where you could shave points off. You could save yourself 127 points, I believe, if you switch from heavy flame chimeras to Tauruxes. That's enough to get you another Hellhound, mate. So there you go. And have change left over. So the second detachment is Spearhead detachment. So that is a tank commander with the Demolisher cannon, las cannon, 2 times multi-melter, and storm bolter. And you've also got 2 battle tanks as well. Each one has got a Punisher cannon and 3 heavy flamers, and you've got 2 manticores with heavy bolters. So I like you've got more tanks. You've got 3 more tanks here. Again, the Fireball Lehman Russes, the Punisher heavy flamer ones, I just don't think they're a good idea. You're a Talon tank commander. You know, you don't need to be getting close to the enemy. You're the masters of maneuver warfare. Unlike Steel Legion, who sort of have to make a bit of a firing line and stick to it, Talons are the masters of zippy movie. So I really think that's what you should be using. You should be using your mobility to stay away from the enemy, not to get close to them. So yeah, I definitely Punisher cannons, fine, but why not throw on some triple heavy bolter and a heavy silver on each one, and then you've got 52 shots coming from each tank. That's insane. Absolutely insane. And it's cheaper. You're saving more points. 2 manticores. Well, whatever. Manticores are manticores. They're pretty good. Neither here nor there on that one. So, yeah, it's... I think the list has a lot of potential. I think you've got the bones of a good list there, or the concept of a good list. I just think you haven't taken optimum choices to take advantage of being Talon. Now, if you were to take exactly the same list and make it Steel Legion or Valhalla, that would be absolutely amazing. No questions asked. But you're just not taking advantage of being Talon Desert Raiders. You're just not. You're just going to have to accept that. And I know, obviously, we've had a bit of back and forth regarding, you know, why you've made the choices and everything. But and that's fine. A lot of the reason you made the choices are obviously sort of cosmetic. You've got Talon models and you don't want to sort of mix them up, and that's fine. And you know, I understand. Of course, they don't. A lot of these units, they don't take advantage of the Talon doctrine, but you are getting 2d6 strength, 5 AP -1 shots. That's fantastic. That's great. But with all the points you're spending, this is how I'd put it. If you downgrade to Tauruxes there, and then you downgrade your Lemus Fireballs to just Daka Punishers, that would save you. You're saving 127 plus 24, 26, 52, 179 points. If you then scrounge together another 20 points, 21 points, which you could probably easily do, take another Executioner tank commander, that would rather than the third tank commander being a Demolisher one, and that's another 200 points. What you've saved there is 200 points. That's enough to get you 2 more Hellhounds, and those 2 Hellhounds will do what your Chimeras are doing, but better. Because the Hellhounds will have a 16-inch range for 2d6 dice, and if the enemy does get within 8-inch range, then you get another d6, which essentially means each one of your Hellhounds is able to put out 3d6 flamer shots, and the Inferno Cannon shots are actually better than flamer shots, which means if you save the points that I'm telling you to save, you still get to put out in total 3d6 flamer shots, except for instead you're putting out 3d6 from your hellhounds instead. See, you maintain your flaming capabilities whilst also gaining 12 autocannon shots a turn. Not bad, and taking much more advantage of being a Talon player. So I hope that video is useful. I hope you can now sort of see the logic that I've been going for, and why I don't necessarily agree with the list that you've got, but I think you've got a very good potential for a list. You just got to mix up your weapon options. I am very pleased with the fact that you haven't wasted any points. You haven't got like, ooh, personalized power sword here, or this tank's got a Stormbolt because the one time 12 years ago it actually did something. You haven't got any wasted upgrades. Your list is clean and streamlined, but it isn't as efficient as it could be. You could get more. You could maintain your flamer attacks plus get some autocannon ones. Think about that for a second. So I hope you found this video useful. I hope the others who have listened to this video have also found it useful, and it's given you some ideas for your own lists. And of course, if anyone else has any list reviews, please send them to me. I will do my best to get back to everyone. Can't promise anything, but I will do my best. And if you are a Patreon supporter, send me a list and I'll do a video review of it. That's the deal, basically. That's what I'm starting to reward my Patreons a bit more. I've got the ranking system now, so if you donate $1, you're a conscript, $2, you're a guardsman, so on and so forth. Go and check that out if you haven't done that already. And other than that, thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next time.